So far, we've discussed the structure and purpose of standards. The final dimension is technology, and this is particularly applicable to messaging standards, where the messages must be constructed from data standards in a manner that can be understood by the systems that receive them. We just discussed why. Departments in a hospital that want to share information with each other, so, for example, an order can flow from the physician caring for the patient to the lab, and the result of the test can come back. Messaging standards serve that purpose. But now we're looking at the technology in which those standards are implemented and formatted. Early messaging standards were created using EDI X12, a standard that evolved in other industries to automate business processes such as ordering, invoicing, and payment. EDI X12 was developed in the early days of computing when memory and storage were still dear, so it is quite cryptic and compact, as you can see here. Note that with some effort, we can tell that this involves a clinical lab and a glucose test, but most of the details are not obvious. In fact, to understand each specific field typically requires a reference guide. More recently, messaging and document standards have been developed using XML, a modern syntax that is verbose but has the advantages of being more human-readable and easily rendered in a browser. This is the same lab test result we just looked at. While it's still not easy to read, we can much more easily tell that it was a blood glucose level, that its value is 182, it says value right there, and we can see the normal ranges for the test are 70 to 105.